Hello guys, and welcome to the channel. Today we'll be reviewing the 2018 Dodge Charger SXT. What is going on, my family of YouTube? My name is Miguel with Boost and Redline, and today we're reviewing the 2018 Dodge Charger SXT. All right, very excited to bring this review for you guys. So let's go over this car and everything that's related to it, and give you the most honest review that I can come up with as far as my experience with this car, driving, performance, you know, details, inside, outside, everything. And I hope you guys like it. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you go ahead and do so. Leave a comment down below on your impressions and your opinions as well. They're very well appreciated. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? All right guys, so let's get started with the engine. This car packs a very similar 3.6 liter V6 as previous generations, with 292 horsepower and about 260 pound-feet of torque. Not necessarily impressive numbers performance wise, but you know, about entry-level horsepower and torque for this car. We definitely wish that there were 2 extra cylinders in the front there for that V8 performance and sound, and definitely, you know, more solid engine overall than this V6 version, but more to come on that. The transmission is a 8-speed automatic. This car is rear-wheel drive, and the transmission can be quite notchy at times. I can certainly feel sometimes when engaging gears, putting the car in reverse or drive, the gears can kind of, you know, punch in suddenly, and that kind of doesn't, you know, add to the quality of the gearing itself when the car is so new. But you know, as you actually are cruising, you know, they do feel quite smooth actually. The transmission does have the manual mode, which you know, definitely, you know, it's not necessarily, you know, paddle shifting or dual clutch performance, but I mean, it kind of gets the job done. You know, if you want to pick up, reduce, you know, it's not certainly going to be performance oriented as you would want it, but you know, certainly will be there when you need it. I'm gonna take a little pull here. Not too bad. Definitely took quite a bit to get up to 60 here and go, but I'm gonna do another one of those here in just a little bit. This car is estimated to get around 19 miles per gallon in the city and about 30 in the highway, which is probably one of the advantages of why folks will want to get the V6 version instead of the V8. Of course, you are going to get a lot of, you know, not necessarily huge numbers, but a big difference in the miles per gallon. The 2018 SXT basically carries the same body language as the previous generations, previous years, 2017 and 16. Not a lot of changes going on. Doesn't look like Dodge really wanted to redesign the car all that much before a whole new design language comes out, and they definitely wanted to you know, perhaps add a special package here and there. They do have around 8 different variations of this sedan Charger you can actually get for 2018. Anywhere from this V6 version with 292 horsepower all the way to, of course, the Hellcat sedan version Charger with 707, which you know, is definitely the car that all car enthusiasts love. All right, so we're gonna turn this back road here. We're gonna do an automatic pull and then also a manual roll as well. And here we go. Let's see how the car does. Even in automatic, you can see the car revs all the way down to Redline. All right, I definitely like the sound. You know, for a V6, does not sound too bad at all, but it's very limited on the sound with the stock muffler and all the underpinnings, as you would, of course, aftermarket this car and put some more options on it, and definitely improve on the sound quality of this car. but not too bad for an automatic run there. Now let's go ahead and try a manual one instead and see how that one does. All right, a little lag there. That was a little better. Nice sunny day here in Mexico, so not too bad. Liking the temperature, quite fresh, but that was quite the pull there. So first and second gear, didn't really like the lag of space of time in between the shifting, but of course, you know, that's what you're getting with this type of Tiptronic transmission instead of an actual good old-fashioned manual. Looking at this car's weight, we're looking at around 3,900 pounds. Rounding down here, it's actually 3,900 and like 40 something, 50 something pounds. You know, for this type of weight on this car, you certainly feel that the car is definitely underpowered. You'll want this car to be 300 horsepower or more. If you get the all-wheel drive version of this car, you know, bump the horsepower up to 300 horsepower, which is not a huge difference. You're definitely gonna have quite a decision to make between the four-wheel drive and the rear-wheel drive. This is a car that, you know, has been reintroduced a couple years ago to kind of mirror the you know, retro spec of the original Charger back in the day. You know, muscle car sedan, four-door, rear-wheel drive. Don't really see why most people would want to get the four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive car instead. I mean, this is more of like a muscle car where you would actually want the power to go to the real wheels so that you can have way more fun as you drive the car and be able to do way more things with it. If you drive somewhere up north, of course, where there's snow most of the year and you definitely want the extra traction, then definitely go for the all-wheel drive. But you know, where this car shines the most, and you definitely feel more of that muscle car theme to it, is just, you know, with the good old rear-wheel drive version of it. The 0 to 60 time would happen in a neck-breaking 6.6 seconds, which is not really necessarily all that fast for today's industry standards. It's certainly, you know, decent, of course, but not really something to brag about. Of course, it's definitely quite different than the VA model for sure, but you know, so all this weight this car has to push forward with so little power. And we're seeing cars nowadays, hot hatches and very light cars that, you know, pack very close to 300 to 350 horsepower, and to see a car this big with this much weight and you know, the underpowered V6, it's certainly something to consider here as you look into a performance sedan. Of course, for the family, if you know, basically having this car to take your family long road trips, it's definitely quite comfortable. I'm cruising here on the highway. The seats are very, very comfortable. You know, you got quite a lot of you know, support here with the side bolsters here. The seats are comfortable, of course. You know, brand new leather seats here. They definitely hold you in place and will provide for a very comfortable ride, both, you know, in the short term or long term. If you're going just daily in the car, or you basically would you know, actually do long road trips from time to time. Suspension, of course, not definitely tuned for performance. You definitely get quite the body roll here and there as you drive around. The steering is decent, not necessarily point and shoot to where you want the car to go, but you know, definitely quite decent for everyday driving. The interior quality is not necessarily as impressive as you would imagine. Up here in the dash area, you have more of this synthetic plastic, which is kind of rubberized. You know, you can push on it. You know, it definitely feels like a synthetic rubber material. You know, very leather kind of appearing, but of course not quite leather. And then underneath, you know, you can also see that material here on the doors, as well as the entire dashboard here. And there's this plastic, hard plastic material quite underneath. and that's definitely not a very appealing type of material that most people would want on a car like this. Of course, it's not very luxury oriented on the inside. We're rolling at we're gonna do a 20-mile roll instead. All right, see, there's that. First to second gear, there's like, it really starts thinking about, should I change, maybe shift gears to second gear perhaps? Is that something that I should do? I'm not sure. Better first to second. In the front we have the LEDs as fog lights. These LEDs are actually very useful at night. You can turn them on and off and see the difference right in front of your eyes. A lot of cars nowadays, they have LEDs that kind of look very you know, artistically put on, so to speak. They're not really all as functional as they should be. And in this car, the LEDs actually do make a big difference. They you know, the first range of the first couple 10 feet or so in front of the car, you know, it's well illuminated, and they actually do make a huge difference as compared to running with your headlights alone. Overall, the trunk is very spacious. You do have quite a lot of room in the trunk. You can fit a number of different luggage bags on there, and have quite sufficient room for you to you know, be able to do grocery shopping and you know, pick up you know, anything you need to. The seats do fold forward also, so it makes for extra room, and you'll be able to carry some extra cargo on there if you needed to. As for the key fob, the car does have a remote start feature on it, which is very convenient for most people. Of course, you have the ability to warm up your car in the mornings as you getting ready to go to work, and then you hop on your car, it's already warmed up and everything. And of course, as you headed home from work, you can actually have the ability, especially here in Florida, to start your car, have the AC running, and then have your car be at a, you know, nice temperature by the time you get to your car. Inside the car, of course, it's very spacious. You know, you have plenty of room. As you can see here, I'm about 5'11", and I have about a good maybe 2 inches between my head and the headliner here. In the back, there's basically a bench seat. The car can fit 5 people, and you can have basically a lot of leg room in the back. Passengers, they also have a significant amount of headroom as well, unless, you know, you're talking about Shaquille O'Neal. But other than that, you know, they should have sufficient amount of space back there as well to, you know, have a comfortable ride wherever it is you're actually heading to. The 8.4-inch display, you know, definitely replaces the quite smaller touchscreen display on some of the older models, but definitely very useful. Definitely you know, quite significant size, especially for the GPS and all the other features. The infotainment can be quite busy at times. There's a lot going on from time to time. There's some hidden menus, and sometimes you want to access the heating seats, or, you know, put the air down, or switch where you want the air to go. And, you know, you do have to dig under some sub menus to find where it is that you need to click or go. But I mean, once you get used to it, I would think for the most part it is definitely very useful. Not to mention the Apple CarPlay is also very handy as well if you're an iPhone user. It's definitely very good, and works very, very smooth. Standard for 2018, all Dodge Charger models get a rear camera with parking assist. Not necessarily the highest quality, as you can see here. The quality itself won't necessarily impress you for sure, but it definitely comes handy from time to time if and when you're actually backing up and need to have that extra edge and advantage on very tight spots and areas. Parking assist is pretty accurate, I found, and as I get more and more used to it after driving this car here for quite a couple of days, we are going to test it out once again We are going to do another manual pull, and hopefully from first to second it can do a little better than it did the first time there. Let's see. After having driven this car for quite a while, I mean, I've been trying to find out different things to complain about. You know, obviously this is, you know, I wish it was a V8 up there in the hood. In conclusion, that's definitely really the way I would go for this car if I were getting a performance family sedan, to be able to, you know, take the family to school or soccer practice or whatever, but also have fun whenever I want or feel like it, and be able to have that type of responsive engine and performance at my fingertips. As far as everything else, you know, performance, suspension, brakes, you know, you don't really expect this car to perform like a Hellcat or an SRT8 or anything like that. This is the entry level model, so this is more family oriented and less performance, you know, focus, and of course more MPG design for, you know, efficiency on fuel and all that. The V6 is decent, definitely lacking some power for this extra weight. Hopefully you guys like this video. If I missed anything, make sure to let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if this video was helpful. If you're looking into buying a car like this, definitely make sure to put that in the comments below. I want to know what your opinions are. Let me know what type of criteria you were looking for. Also what your expectations are for a car like this. You know, do you think this car has the right features, or should this car have perhaps some other features that were not added in the car? Definitely do let me know in the comments below. Make sure to smash that like button if you haven't already, and if you haven't joined the YouTube family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, would you, and go ahead and hit the bell icon next to it so you can be notified every time I post a video. Do let me know what car review you want to see next. I want to see, get an idea from you guys, or which other cars you would like to see reviewed. Make sure to put that in the comment section down below. If you have a car that you want me to review, make sure to email boostandredline@gmail.com. So that email will be in the description there. It's boostandredline@gmail.com. This has been your boy Miguel here with Boost and Redline with a review for the 2018 Dodge Charger SXT. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching. Signing out.